In 2009, the NIPCC, okay, which came out with what's called Climate Change Reconsidered, and in 2009, they had two lead authors, and they had 35 contributing authors. I don't have 35 fingers, so. Now, in 2011, they had 3 lead authors. 3. So they increased their production by 50%. But they only had 8 contributing authors. So that went down by like 66%. So that's what the Heartland Institute, that's where they got their data. That's where they got their evidence. Let's take a look at where the IPCC, let's see who they used in their study. In 2007, they used 676 authors. 676. They had 152 lead authors. They had 26 review editors. 498 contributing authors. 40 countries participated. They had 625 expert reviewers. And they had 6,000 peer-reviewed publications. Guys, who are you going to listen to? Is there even a question? You get 3 or 4 boneheads that want everybody to think that the science isn't settled. The science, well, you know, there's a lot of scientists that say it's... John, show the graphic of the next slide with the peer review. Look at this, guys. Out of 13,950 peer-reviewed articles, 24 rejected global warming climate change. Did you look at that little sliver? Look at that. Look at that. And Fox News wants to think that that's fair and balanced. That little sliver represents 50% of the scientists. It doesn't. And guys, we're not going to stop. Because what we're going to do is, well, you know, there's a rule. When a guy is down, you don't kick him. Not when it comes to global warming and climate change, and not when it comes to Fox News. We're just going to keep bada-binging them. So, John, let's have the next clip.
Now to an unconventional challenge to the conventional wisdom about global warming. Correspondent Mike Tobin tells us about a new report questioning the severity and the dangers of climate change.
The UN-backed Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change recently concluded that the man-made impact on the environment will cause increased frequency and duration of storms, wildfires in North America, drought, decreased food production, and the spread of disease. Now a panel of scientists assembled to examine alternatives, the non-governmental International Panel on Climate Change concludes it's not that bad. NIPSEA says there is more carbon in the air, but any change in temperature is within the range of what happens naturally. The human impact is small, and plants need carbon dioxide.
I think rising carbon dioxide levels and warmer temperatures have been shown to actually improve agricultural productivity. Billions of people are being fed today who would not have been fed.
Findings of the NIPSEA panel are being published by the conservative Heartland Foundation. Leaders there say mainstream scientists are subject to both peer and financial pressure to reach the conclusion that human impact on the climate will be widespread and consequential.
Ethical standards have been lowered, peer review has been corrupted, and we can't trust what appears in our most prestigious journals anymore.
Those scientists agreeing with the notion that cars and industry are driving the temperature up and the planet to crisis attack the credibility of NIPSEA scientists.
That's not really an assessment of scientists. Mostly that's a bunch of old retired guys that got together and wrote a report for the Heartland Institute is basically full of misinformation.
Heartland says the NIPSEA findings have been subject to extensive peer review. Contrary to what their critics say, the big public rollout is tomorrow in D.C. Shannon?
We'll be watching. Mike, thank you.
Guys, did you see what Joe Best said in that clip? He said, ethical standards have been lowered. Peer review has been corrupted, and we can't trust peers in our most prestigious journals anymore. Hey, don't come around here with that bullshit, Buster. We ain't buying it. We ain't buying it because the peer review process is a self-correcting mechanism. So don't come here with that henhouse bullshit and try to sell it here because we ain't buying it. We ain't letting you get away with it. It stops here. It stops today. It stops now. Not going to buy it anymore. Now the next clip is going to be from Newsy and from CNN. And of course the Koch brothers ain't going to like this because it's going to take ambitious investments. That's right, ambitious investments to get us out of the hole that carbon is putting us in. So John, let's have the next one.